Hi, this is Janice from Space to Relax, and the video you're about to watch is a replay of a live class I taught on Zoom. These classes are free of charge for everyone to join, so please invite your family and friends. They're suitable for beginners and those of you with more Qigong experience. If you're watching this video on YouTube, then please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope you enjoy the class. Hi everyone, and you're very welcome to today's Qigong class. And today's class is really for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, but if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you can use this class for any time when you feel like you need a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of enlivening, and a little bit more maybe energy and motivation to maybe start new things or do something a little bit more creative. Because today's class is all about doing some Qigong in terms of helping you move from the winter into the spring. So this is a springtime routine. So springtime, as we know in nature, is associated with things starting to bloom and blossom, new things growing. So if you look around you in nature, you see the buds starting to come on trees and flowers starting to come out. And I brought my daffodils in from outside just so you could see. So these are my bulbs which I planted in the autumn time, and I planted lots and lots of pots of these. And so they're all out now and saying hello to us for March. So really nice to see nature springing into action. And so at the same time, with ourselves, what we want to be doing is coming out of our winter hibernation and springing into action ourselves. So in terms of Chinese medicine, springtime is the season which is associated with the liver and the gallbladder systems. So you know, for those of you who've done some of these classes with me before, that I have a liver class and I have a gallbladder class as well. So I'll put the link next to the replay of this video in the text so you can follow along with liver and gallbladder routines as well, which will link very well with this routine. So also in Chinese medicine terms, the springtime is associated with the wood element. So I want you to think during this class today, I want you to think of yourself as a tree. And by that, what I mean is I want you to be really well grounded. And I also want you to feel like from those roots, from that grounding that you have, that you're growing up and you're then kind of blossoming and springing. So here, your arms are your branches. So if you imagine that you're a tree, what you know about trees is that they're quite resilient, but at the same time, they're flexible as well. So the grounding of the tree, the roots of the tree, give it a really strong and solid anchor. But at the same time, the tree can move in its upper parts. So when it's blown by the wind, it doesn't break. It's not rigid. It doesn't break or snap. It goes with the flow. So very much what we want to be doing in order to come into spring, to nourish our liver and gallbladder system, is to have this really solid anchor in the ground, but we want to be able to go with the flow so that we're not easily blown off course. We don't want to be rigid and inflexible. We want to promote flexibility and resilience. So this whole routine is based around that. So I'll just be reminding you as we go through to be like a tree as we go through the exercises. So if you can, be standing for this practice, but if you feel like you can't stand up for a longer period of time, then have a chair next to you so that you can sit down if you feel you need to, and then just practice with the arm exercises. So be in a standing position if you can, with your feet around shoulder width distance apart. So in your Qigong stance, so the feet feel nice and firm and solidly planted. So this is your grounding. So you want to feel as though the weight is evenly distributed between both feet, so not one-sided, and also that the weight is distributed evenly between balls of the feet and the heels. So really feel that connection with the ground now. And if possible, when you do this practice, be in bare feet, because that will help to enhance that connection that you have with the ground. The knees are slightly bent and the tailbone is tucked under, so that just opens up the lower back a little bit for you. Shaking the arms out and drop the shoulders, maybe shrug the shoulders a couple of times just to make sure they're well away from your ears. You're not holding any tension in the shoulders. Tuck the chin back towards the throat. Feel that lovely length in the back of the neck. And now close your mouth, close your eyes, and just for a moment, bring yourself into what's called the Qigong state by using a few abdominal breaths. So breathing in through the nose, all the way down to the belly, feel the belly expand. And then breathing out, feeling the belly shrinking. Feeling the connection of the soles of your feet with the ground. So you may find that if you're really relaxed in this standing position, that your body may start swaying backwards and forwards or round and round in circles. And that's just a really great sign that you're nice and relaxed. But you're not feeling off balance. Your anchor, your roots are going down into the ground by maintaining this lovely, strong contact between the soles of the feet and the ground itself. And now just gently opening your eyes so you can see what we're going to do next. So as we move from winter into spring, very much the focus is also on getting rid of any kind of old stuff that we don't want to be holding on to any longer. So we're going to start the routine today by doing something that's called a Qigong discharging exercise, and it's using one of the 6 healing sounds, and it's the sound associated with the liver. So some of you will have already done this exercise before if you're a member of my Space to Relax membership program, or if you have seen the liver exercise in the free Qigong classes which I've been teaching over the last few weeks. So we're going to begin with this one. So the sound that's associated with the liver system is shu. Shu is the sound, S-H-O-O, if you think of it like that in your mind, shu. Okay, and the movement that goes with this sound is very simple. So keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed, lift the arms, turn to one side, drop the arms down and sink in the knees at the same time. And then float the arms back up to the center, knees straightening slightly but not locking out, and then going to the other side, looking down at the ground, and then growing taller, coming up, and over to the other side, sinking in the knees. Coming up and down. Now we'll put the breath in and then we'll add the sound. So breathe into the center, breathe out to the side. Breathe into the center, breathe out to the side. Now breathe into the center. Now with the sound, breathe out as you go to the side, making the sound shoo. Breathing in, shoo. Into the center, down to the side, shoo. Nice and relaxed. Shoo. Shoo. Thinking of this sound allowing you, shoo, to let go of anything, shoo, you don't want in the body, shoo, or the mind, shoo. So just at your own pace, shoo. With the breath, shoo. Breathing in through the nose, shoo. And out through the mouth in this case to make the sound, shoo. Shoo. 3 more to each side, shoo. 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 Allow the arms to come up And then just gently dropping in the shoulders, dropping in the elbows, allowing the hands to come down by your sides. So now we've got rid of anything we don't want, we can move on to being like a tree. So really now bringing your mind to the soles of the feet and feeling that lovely solid contact, feel like you're really well balanced. Now, bringing the backs of the hands together, breathe in, up to the heart center with the hands. Breathe out as though you're doing a big stretch. Now, if your shoulder doesn't allow you, if your shoulders don't allow you to be this high up, then you can be lower down with this, or you can be closer in. Just don't be in pain with this, but feel some bit of a stretch across the chest. Now, just breathe normally, in and out through the nose as you hold the hands here. Now, the palms are facing up towards the ceiling. And what I'd like you to do is just think of one hand holding a heavy lead ball. So one hand is going to get heavier. Breathe in and just allow that hand to drop to the side under the weight of that imaginary lead ball. And just feel a gentle stretch in the opposite side of your body. So you're just dropping very gently to one side. And then that lead ball is getting lighter. Breathe in. And you come back to your central point of balance. Now feel the lead ball on the other side. Breathe out. Dropping to the side, just feeling that lovely stretch along the side of the torso on the opposite side. In the center. Twice more to each side. Out. Don't go too far with this. Just enough to feel that lovely stretch. Let the head go with this. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Breathe in. Breathe out. Trying not to move the hips too much. So really keeping the upper body isolated from the lower body. So not allowing the hip to move to the side like this. Keeping the hips nice and stable. Breathe in. One more time to each side. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And now breathe out. Close your eyes. And now as you breathe in, bringing the hands together, imagine like as though you're gathering lovely chi and energy from the outside world, from nature and your environment, drawing it into your body. Backs of the hands come together again. And now just allow your hands to come back down by your sides and relax the shoulders. And just watch me for this next part of the move. So the backs of your hands were together here. So what you're going to do now is you're going to come forward. So anyone with any blood pressure issues, any dizziness, any balance issues, please don't allow your head to drop down below your waist. But what you're going to do is imagine that you're diving into a swimming pool. Backs of the hands are together, coming down. And if you can drop the head down, then do. Otherwise, just come to here. If you can go all the way down, you're going to come down. And do you see my little fingers are pointed towards the front? The palms of the hands are pointing towards the outsides. So this is creating a lovely stretch down the upper back. And then if you're able, drop the head down. Shake the head, just to check that it's nice and relaxed. To come back up, push into the feet, into the knees. Keep the head dropped down, rounding in the shoulders. Head is the last thing to come up. So let's do that movement together. So when you go down to the front, be very aware of what's available to you in terms of feeling stable, not getting dizzy, not feeling uncomfortable in any way. So only go down as far as you know that you're able to. There's no prizes for getting right down to the ground. It's only just so that you feel a little bit of a stretch across the upper back area and down the outsides of the arms when you turn the hands out. So breathe in, backs of the hands coming up towards the heart center. Breathe out and do this lovely stretch that we just did. Breathe in, thinking of gathering lovely chi from the outside world. Backs of the hands come together again. Drop the shoulders. Breathe out and going down into your imaginary swimming pool. Pushing into the feet. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out. And again, in this position, don't drop the head back if you have any neck issues. Keep looking straight ahead. Breathe in, backs of the hands come together. Breathe out, coming down to create that lovely stretch in the upper back. Breathe in, pushing into the feet. Remember, you're a tree with really strong roots, but really flexible branches. Breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out, diving down. Knees are bent. And then pushing into the feet, breathe in. And then to finish, breathe out, pressing the palms of the hands down towards the ground. And just stand like this for a moment, palms facing the ground, and close your eyes. And bring your attention now to any connection or any feelings that you have between the palms of your hands and the ground or the floor. So again, this is just building up your connection with your environment and also enhancing your powers of observation and awareness. So sometimes people feel tingling in the hands or warmth. Sometimes they might feel like a magnetic kind of attraction or energy between the palms of the hands and the ground. And this is much more enhanced if you do this practice when you're outside in nature and you're actually in bare feet on the ground and you can feel the energy of the earth much more clearly then. And then just allow the hands to drop down by your sides, giving them a little shake out. So now I'd like you to step the feet as wide apart as you know is comfortable for you. You're going to have the knees straight in this position. So don't go too far. You don't want to kill yourself altogether with this. And make sure that the feet, the toes, are pointing straight ahead. So the feet are parallel if possible. So you're protecting the knees by keeping the knees nice and locked out and really feeling the tension in the thighs here. So be comfortable in this position as much as you can. Now already, as you're standing here, you might be feeling a little bit of a stretch down the groins here. What we're going to do is we're going to create a little bit more of a stretch here and really open up the channels of chi flow down the insides of the legs. And the groin area is one of the areas where the liver channel is flowing through. So this is really connecting in with this idea of springtime, of liver, really promoting the flow of this springtime chi. So you can now just place your hands wherever they want to be. So they can be on your hips, they can be on the thighs, they can be lower down if you want to lean forward. And keeping the knees straight now, what you're going to do is you're going to move your hips from one side to the other. So you'll see that my heels and the whole of my feet stay really well grounded. So there's still the full foot is in contact with the ground. So I'm not lifting the heel or the toes. And I'm just going to move the hips from one side to the other. It's a tiny movement, but the movement is in the hips. And as you do that movement, you'll feel more of a groin stretch from one side to the other. So just have a little practice at that. Now, if you're comfortable with that movement, rather than watching me now, you can just let the head drop down and look at the floor. That allows for a little bit more free flow of qi through the whole of the neck area. So now, very gently with the breath, breathe it in to the center, breathe out to the side as you feel the stretch. Breathe into the center, breathe out to the other side. Breathe into the center. So you're breathing out as you move to one side. Feel the stretch. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. In, breathe out. In, out. So really creating ideal conditions for the flow of liver qi along the channel, in keeping with our theme of springtime. In, breathe out. So just go at your own pace, following the breath. Couple more to each side. Now breathing in, coming up. Now from this position, so that you can safely step together, bring your heels in and pivot. Bring your toes in. You can bend the knees, heels, toes, heels, toes. So you don't pull any muscles if you come in safely like that. So now coming back to this shoulder width distance position of the feet. And just to loosen out the legs a little, what we're going to do is we're going to bend in the knees, again, keeping this lovely solid foundation in the feet. So you've got these really strong roots going into the ground, so the heels stay in contact with the ground. So you're bending the knees just like this, nice and relaxed. And when you come back up to a more upright position with the knees, avoid locking the knees out altogether. So keep the knees soft throughout this whole process. I'll just turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. So my back is straight. I'm just bending in the knees, just dropping the weight. So I'm not leaning forwards like this. I'm keeping my body, my upper body upright. Just bending in the knees. The heels remain on the ground. Okay, so we're going to combine that now with a little arm movement. So as you bend the knees, the arms come up. So the elbows are relaxed, the arms just come up. And then as you straighten, the arms come down. Bend, arms come up. Straighten, arms come down. Now with the breath, breathe in, breathe out as you bend. In as you come up. Breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in. And now go up whichever speed you want. So keep it very fluid. So my usual speed of doing this is around this. And as I'm sinking the weight, I'm thinking of really sending qi down through the backs of my legs, through my heels into the ground, reinforcing that grounding sensation and that anchoring that I feel when my feet are in contact with the ground like this. So feeling very stable and balanced in this position. And just coming to rest. And now just to finish things off and just to work a little bit further down into the lower parts of the body, lift one of your heels, ball of the foot on the ground, and just in your own time, just some nice gentle ankle circles. Just breathing normally in and out through the nose using your abdominal breath. And then change the direction. And then swap to the other foot. No need to count any numbers or count any breaths with this. Just be very loose and relaxed, bringing a little bit more mobility into the ankles. And then just allow both feet to come back onto the ground. Feel that really solid connection with the ground now. Closing the eyes for a few moments. Place one hand over the lower belly, below the belly button, with the other hand on top of it. Just coming back to the breath now. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And observing how you feel as a result of this lovely springtime Qigong routine. How does your body feel now? How is your mind? How is your breath? Keeping the eyes closed now, bringing the hands together in front of you and rubbing the palms together until they get really hot. Placing one palm over each eye, fingers facing up towards the ceiling, feeling the heat from the palms going through the eyes, out the back of your eyes, to nourish your mind. And then to bring yourself back into the room, just a few little face massages, with your face a little wash, and gently opening the eyes. Allowing the hands to come back down by the sides. So I really hope you enjoyed that Qigong spring routine. That's just an example of many, many Qigong exercises you could practice in the springtime. So if you decide to put together your own routine, you might want to choose from some of these ones that I've just shown you in the class today, but also from previous lesson replays, which would involve the liver, the gallbladder system, any of the stretching exercises. And so you can put together your own routine and work with a number of exercises, and that way you can make a routine as long or as short as your own time allows. So I really do hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, then please send me a message. My email is janice@spacedrelax.com, or you can put a post in our free Facebook group, which is Space to Relax Free Qigong Group. And also, if you really enjoyed this class and you felt it was of value to you, then you're very welcome to donate. These classes are free and you definitely don't have to donate, but if you'd like to, then half the proceeds go to the staff in the ICU ward in my local hospital, and the other half go towards the upkeep of my website. And for those of you who are not yet Space to Relax members, then you will find next to the replay of this video details of my Space to Relax membership of 50 very detailed Qigong lessons if you decide that you want to take your Qigong practice a little bit further. So I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson, everyone, and bye for now.
If you enjoyed this Qigong lesson, then there are 4 things you can do right now. The first thing is to head over to my website, which is spacetorelax.com, and there you'll see that you can join up for a free 3-part video series. The second thing you can do is click the link next to this video to sign up for the live Qigong classes, as I teach these once a week. The third thing you can do is go over to Facebook if you're on Facebook and look for Space to Relax Free Qigong Group. That's my free group where you can post any questions, and please do join the group. And the fourth thing is, if you're watching this video on YouTube, then please hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. I really hope you enjoyed this lesson and look forward to seeing you in the next video.